Can my son file for his citizenship although he's waiting for his green card? I guess what you're asking is he has his 2-year green card, and he's now been waiting over 1 year to remove the conditions. If he's in a bona fide marriage with his spouse, he can. Yes. Shadrich Ease has a question. Hi, Brad. I have a question. My friend's mom came to the United States with a B1, B2 visa, and the son has a 10-year green card. Can he be able to file for a green card for the mom? She's been living in the U.S. for 7 years. No. The son has to be a U.S. citizen to do that. Let's see what else we have here. Jerry Mias with a question. Uncle Brad, I'm petitioning my mother. I'm a U.S. citizen. I did an RFE, but the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines is still closed. What do you think can happen? I think I answered that. We don't know what's going to happen until the embassy opens. Eventually, your mom, I assume, will be able to get a green card. Dante Chili Wright. Hi, Uncle Brad. I'm asking for a friend. If someone married 2 different persons and brought them here over a 20-year period, will there be any problems marrying a third non-immigrant? Next question, how soon after divorce can you remarry without any penalty? You're allowed to fall in love, fall out of love, fall in love, fall out of love, fall in love. Again, it's no problem. But, on the third time petitioning somebody, immigration is just going to be want to question a little bit to make sure that there's U.S. citizens not in the business of marrying people to get green cards. But as long as he can demonstrate that all of his marriages were legitimate, it should not be a problem. Ori Martin, my cousin has withholding. What will it take for him to upgrade his status? Withholding a removal means he's been deported, but they're going to withhold his deportation because his life is in danger if he goes home. He's going to have to show that he's eligible for a green card and reopen his deportation case. It's not about upgrade. It's about reopen the case and prove he's eligible for a green card, and you need a good lawyer for that. Anita Nelson with a question. Hello, Uncle Brad. Please, I have questions. My question is, after our Stokes interview, it's now been 4 months, no decision, though the officer told us he cannot make a decision. He will bring the case to his supervisor if there's a need to investigate. I think I answered that question as well. And that question was that if you are being investigated, it's never a good thing. Now, we had some questions that were asked on YouTube in previous shows in the comment section by people who were watching after we were done. They just leave the questions in the comment section after we were done live. We promised everybody we would be answering those questions. So let me go through those quickly now. The mom of 4 asked, hi, Brad, my kid's working permit has expired in July. I was wondering if I have to renew the 2 small kids. They're 7 and 9. No, you don't have to. They're not going to work. You got them their social security number. It's not necessary. Although if you want to, you can. It doesn't cost anything. So if you want to, you can. It doesn't hurt, but you have to? No. Judine Roach says, hi, Brad. Is it true that USCIS is waiving some green card interviews? Yes, it is true. Yibasan asked a question. Hi, Brad. Can my husband call USCIS to find out why the delay for my green card? It's been over 18 months since our immigration interview, and 2 immigration officers visited our home since March last year, and we have not heard any news. Thank you for your good work. If 2 immigration officers visited, that means you are under investigation. You calling immigration, yeah, you can call immigration, but you calling immigration is going to do nothing. I think when immigration is starting to investigate you, you calling immigration isn't doing anything. I think you should be calling a lawyer. Abdul Alim, I had a deportation for 10-year ban. It will end this November. Unlawful presence. I overstayed my visa. No crime at all. So if winning a diversity lottery, am I have a chance to go back to the USA? You do, but you still need a waiver to return after a prior deportation. So yes, but you would still need a waiver. And the mom of 4 with a second question. Hi, Brad. My daughter went for an interview in February with our son. They said they would send a letter to let her know if she got a green card, but up to now she hasn't received. What should she do at this point? You got to wait 4 months. If it's now more than 4 months, March, April, May, June, wait till the end of June. And if you still haven't heard anything by the end of June, then give me a call. Got to give them at least 4 months. Let's see what's going on our current YouTube feed right now. On our current YouTube feed, Becklem Lacador says, hi, I'm a green card holder and my husband's citizenship holder. He applied for food stamps. Does food stamps affect me when I apply for citizenship? No, it does not. It would affect you if you were applying for your green card, but it would not affect you if you were applying for citizenship. Mike with a question. Hi, Uncle Brad. My I-45 was denied, and they said they revoked my work permit. It expires in December 2020. Can I keep working until the expiration date? Am I also allowed to apply for unemployment? You can keep working. You're working illegally, but you can keep working until somebody stops you. But yes, you're working illegally. Can you apply for unemployment? Why not? You have a social security number, but yes, you are working illegally. Nikrata Michelle. My husband has a pending I-212. That would be a waiver for deportation. Yesterday, we received a refund for the filing fees. The website says it won't affect our process. Have you seen this before? Why did they refund us the money? I have no idea why they refunded you the money. There is a filing fee for the I-212 waiver. I think you need to speak to a lawyer. Me Jalov. Hi, Brad. I just did the I-130 on May 27, 2020. I'm in Florida. How long will it take? I don't know who's sponsoring you, Me Jalov. You got to tell me a little more. Shanti Singh. Hi, question for a close relative. I've lost my place. Does petty theft diversion dismissed case impact I-45? This happened in 2013. Already declared it on the I-45. It affects it for moral character, but if you have one arrest and that's it, and in essence, a diversion program means that your case got dismissed, then you should be okay. Susu with a question. Hi, Brad. I filed my wife's I-130 in August 2018 and our I-45 in January 2019. I'm still waiting on an interview. Is that normal? Well, you filed the adjustment in 2019, so it would be based on when you filed the adjustment. It's not unnormal. It's taking a long time, but it's not unnormal. You may want to call me to see what's going on. It's a year and a half now from the time you filed the adjustment. Kikix, hi, Uncle Brad. My case is at the Department of State F2A category. However, my husband is currently unemployed. Will public charge affect my case? The fact that he collects unemployment doesn't affect the case. The fact that he doesn't have a job may, and you would want to have maybe a second affidavit of support from somebody else. Lola Unstoppable. How long does a motion take to reopen? Years. I hate motions to reopen. I always think you should. My first inclination is every time I hear somebody make a motion to reopen, you should have refiled again. That's usually what I think. But motions to reopen take a very long time, and they're rarely won. Jerry Mias back on Facebook. Uncle Brad, I'm petitioning my mother. I'm a U.S. citizen. I did our RFE, but the U.S. Embassy. Oh, you've asked that question 20 times, Jerry. I've answered it 20 times. Michael McKenzie. Hi, Uncle Brad. How are you doing? Quick question. Do I have to send in my medical report before my interview? No, you do not. You can bring it on the time of your interview. Tonia Guzia Christopher. My cousin came in without inspection. I got married. Immigration told him he has to return to his country. He did. It's going to be 10 next year. When should his wife start filing for him? Now. Let him start filing now. Now, if he got ordered deported, he may need a waiver. But yes, his wife should be filing for him right now. Anthony Sirwell, if an undocumented immigrant is on Medicare, how soon after getting married and also getting off Medicare or Medicaid can the person file for a 2-year conditional green card? It depends. There's a lot. Why would the undocumented immigrant be on Medicare or Medicaid? The undocumented immigrant, that was emergency. You had emergency medical problem. I think you need to speak to me. There's no solid answer on that. But if you're on Medicare or Medicaid or your spouse, you're unlikely to get a green card, and it's held against you for 3 years. It's been almost a year and a half since I got married, since the 2-year anniversary of our marriage is almost at hand. How many months before our 2-year anniversary do you think we should file in order to get a 10-year green card instead of the 2-year? I think if you file 6 months before your 2-year anniversary, you would get a 10-year because it takes about 8 or 9 months to get an interview. So an 18-month period of you being married, I think is a good time to file if you really want to get the 10-year and want to avoid the 2-year green card. I understood your question. Uncle Brad, this is Crown Johnny. Uncle Brad, I submit to renew my work authorization. I got acknowledged letter, but 4 months now they haven't sent my work authorization. It may take up to 6 months. It may take up to 6 months. Jennifer Palmer. Hi, Brad. I have a question. My wife, whoa, my God, Jennifer Palmer with a encyclopedia of a question. Let's see what this is. I have to catch my breath on this one. Brad, I have a question. My wife filed a petition for my son and back in 2018, and she was always consistently been working. In April 2020, my wife's doctor advised her to stop working due to coronavirus because she's a chronic asthma, and her asthma became an issue as she began having asthma attacks. But my wife kept pushing on her way to work until May 2020 when her asthma became uncontrollable, and she finally followed the orders of her doctor, and she took a break from working and stays home. She's still employed by her job and can return when she is ready. She has documentation from her job stating that she's still actively employed, and she has a letter from the doctor stating that she needs time off from work. I've been working since receiving my work permit in January 2019. I'm still employed by the same employer, so I've taken the pleasure of holding down the house in totality as the man should, while my wife go to her health together. I've taken all the responsibility of paying the expenses. We are successfully living with no hardships. We are not receiving food stamps, receiving any help. We are stable. So my question is, can my wife taking time off from work to deal with her health affect my case being approved when I go to the interview, though I am working, holding down all the expenses? I think as long as your wife is getting an income and can support you 125% above the poverty level, it doesn't matter whether she's working from home or working in an office. If her income by the time of the interview is less than 125% of the poverty level, then you would need a second affidavit of support. The fact that you're being a man and taking care of the house is wonderful because you're going to need that for the second portion of the poverty guideline test, but you still need a petitioner or a second affidavit of support to prove that they can support you 125% above the poverty level. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.